Anna had always considered her marriage to Michael a safe harbor. 15 years together, 2 children, a settled life familiar down to the last detail. Michael was her rock, reliable, predictable, always by her side. But this autumn something changed. It started with small things. First, he began staying late at work, though he had always been punctual before. Then his phone, which once sat idly on the kitchen table, became his inseparable companion. He took it to the bathroom, to the bedroom, even when he went out for milk. Anna didn't want to give in to paranoia, blaming everything on a project and a tough period, but her heart ached with anxiety. One evening, while Michael was in the shower, a notification popped up on his laptop. "Remember our meeting at the cafe?" Read a message from a name Anna didn't recognize. She wasn't one to snoop, but this was an exception. Her hand trembled as she opened the laptop. All the messages had been deleted. Only one message, which had just appeared a few seconds ago, was there. Anna decided to say nothing. She didn't want to create a scene without proof. Instead, she began to observe. She noticed that Michael started looking at himself in the mirror more often and bought a new cologne he hadn't considered before. He became more distant, but at the same time more polite, as if trying to compensate for his guilt. The tension grew. Anna felt she was living with a ghost. Her husband was physically present, but emotionally he was somewhere very far away. Their conversations became short and superficial. They talked about the children, about the bills, but not about themselves. The climax came on their anniversary. Anna prepared a romantic dinner and lit candles. Michael came home with a huge bouquet, but his eyes were empty. During dinner, he couldn't sit still, constantly distracted by his phone, which was lying face down. At one point, he rushed to the bathroom, leaving the phone behind. In those few seconds, Anna made up her mind. She took the phone, opened the Messenger app. There was only one very recent message. "Thanks for a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow." And a name, an unfamiliar woman's name. In that moment, her world collapsed. She put the phone back and sat at the table. When Michael came out of the bathroom, he looked at her, at the dinner, at the bouquet. In her eyes, he saw not hatred, but a deep, unbearable pain. "Who is she?" Anna asked. Her voice was quiet, but it carried all the pain of 15 years. Michael didn't try to deny it. He just sat down opposite her, lowered his head, and began to cry. It was not a cry of remorse, but of despair, the cry of a person who had lost himself. He told her she was a colleague, and that it all started with innocent flirting. He said he didn't want it, but it just happened. The story ends with them sitting together at the table in a cold silence. The candles are burning down, and the dinner is getting cold. They are not yelling at each other, not accusing. They just sit, like two strangers who have suddenly realized that their life, their safe harbor, may already be destroyed. They both understand that the most difficult conversation of their lives now awaits them, and what they say will determine if they can ever become we again.